Hello everybody, this is Mrs. G. I wanted to show you a brand new quiz that I just posted, so I'm going to walk you through it. So first thing is you need to get into the Materials tab, go to the new folder called Online Quizzes and Exercises and click on it. Then you see Note Name Review/Quiz, click on it. And here you see directions and links within the directions to take you to everywhere you need to go. The first one asks you about if you feel like you need a review on note names, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, in both treble and bass clef, and it takes you to a link for a review if you feel like you need that. Then you need to watch the YouTube video. Well, that's what you're watching right now. And then it talks about taking the quiz and recording your results. So one of the main things in here that it talks about is to aim for at least 16 out of 20 correct. And that you can retake your quiz if you're not happy with it. And I will show you how to do that. So I'm going to click on this note name quiz link. Takes you directly to the quiz that I set up. Challenge mode means that it has a limited amount of time and a limited amount of questions. 20 questions in 10 minutes. Now some of you are going to use far less of that time, but you have to remember that there are some people who are brand new to choir as of January. So this is a good review for everybody, and it's a challenge for even people who know note names well, but you can challenge yourself to do it as fast as you can. So I'm going to start the challenge. All right, notice that you're being quizzed on treble clef and bass clef. Here's the time clock. It tells you how much time has gone by, what percentage of questions you've gotten correct, how many you've gotten correct out of how many you've tried. All right, so this is bass clef. Now, if you went through the note name review, good for you. If you need a quick refresher, there's several different methods, but there's always the sayings you can use, like good burgers deserve fries always for the lines in bass clef. So if that's true, good burgers deserve fries. Well, that's an F, and this is a sharp sign. So I'm going to find F sharp. And you notice what happens? It highlights green, plays the tone, and then moves immediately to the next question. Now this one happens to be in treble clef. So instead of the bottom line being G, now the bottom line is E. Every good boy deserves fudge. So this is a D, every good boy deserves, and it has a flat sign this time, so I'm going to click on the D flat. Okay, going on. Good burgers. Okay, that's a B and a flat, so I'm looking for B flat. All right, well then this one is not in a line or a space directly on the staff. So this is when you really need to know your musical alphabet. If the bottom line of treble clef is E, well, what comes before E in the musical alphabet? A, B, C, D, E. So D comes before E. D. Okay? And again, we have one that's not directly on the staff, but above it. Good burgers deserve fries always. What comes after A in the musical alphabet? B. B flat. Okay, so I'm going to rush through the rest of these, being a bad student right now, but just trying to get to the end of the quiz so I can show you what to do when we're all finished. Oh, got that one correct on accident. Okay, so it says new high score. Well, I only have one score because I've only tried it once. And I got 6 out of 20 correct, which was 30% of the questions, and I did it in 2 minutes, 26 seconds. Now, I've advised that you should at least aim for 16 out of 20 correct. If you didn't quite get there, you would start the challenge again and see if you can beat your score. Let's do that. Let's see. Now, clearly I'm not going to beat my score, but I'll show you why I'm doing this here in a second. Okay, this is what the screen looks like when you take in two quizzes in a row and you did worse the second time than you did the first. It shows you what you did before, and then it shows you what you did most recently. So again, at this point, I would still advise starting the challenge once more. If you did better than you did the previous time, it will only just have one score for you. All right, so let's say I'm all finished and I want to record my results. I'm going to pick my high score here, try to give myself a little credit. Okay, so now it says sign the report to generate a code. So I'm going to pretend like my name is Erin Aardvark. Yes, I know, that's weird. And I'm going to sign my report. Click it. Now there's two options. One is to copy a link. One is to copy a code. I'm going to copy the code instead here. It doesn't really look like you did anything when you click on it. Don't worry. As long as you clicked on it, you're good and it's been copied. Okay? So we're done with that. Now, before I move on to show you how to record your results, I wanted to point something out. Let's say you wanted to start completely fresh for whatever reason. Maybe you have a sibling in your house who's also using musictheory.net and you want to make sure that your scores are your own and not your siblings. You come over here to these three dots and you reset the scores. Then it creates a new challenge as though you've never done it before. Because even if you go back to it later, it will still remember what you did previously if you did it on the particular device that you're using. So you might want to refresh those scores if you've got somebody else in your household using your device. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Schoology. And I'm going to record my results. I copied my code like step 4 says. And I'm going to go to the spreadsheet link. All right. Now, here I am. I'm Erin Aardvark. Erin Aardvark already took this quiz once, but I'm going to delete Erin Aardvark's score. Okay, so the one that I just copied from the quiz that I just took, I'm going to click in that cell, Control V, and it will paste. If you're on a laptop or a desktop, Control V held down at the same time will paste whatever you put to the clipboard. Now, notice I highlighted this a different color just to show that that was a sample student. And this happens to be the chart for UAIS, so it's blue colored. Heritage's is green, Utica's is a darker orange, and Epler is a lighter orange. Make sure you find your name. Make sure you're lining up with the correct row so that you're not accidentally putting your code in someone else's space. But you don't need to do anything after that. It's saved, and you can close out of it, and then you're done. Now, if you want to go back and check to make sure that your information was put there, you can click on it again. And it will open up, and there it is. Erin Aardvark has a score right there. Now, when you're posting your code, this does not tell anybody else how you did. It's not a link that they can click on to see anybody else's work. So your work is anonymous, so no need to worry. Okay, that's it. Have fun, challenge yourself. If you're already good at note names, see if you can go as fast as you can. If you're just starting to learn it or you're trying to get better at bass clef, take your time, do your best, challenge yourself to do it a little faster the next time. All right, thanks everybody. Bye-bye.